Hello everybody, welcome back to the Subarashiki Hibi playthrough. Now today's actually going to be a really quite cool day because, oh my god, yesterday we had so many cool things that I really want to learn more about shown to us. Because obviously we've started chapter 2, everything's really quite new now, we've learned stuff about Takuji, stuff about Zakuro, you know, stuff that... And Kagami and Tsukasa as well. It's going to be quite fun to see how their relationship with Yuki develops. Also, it's going to be really interesting to see what Zakuro's true nature is, and also her foreshadowing, and whether that's true or not. I have another little angle on the people that Zakuro was hanging out with as well, because they said that it was probably a bad idea for Zakuro to get too close to us and that she should be careful, and the other person said that she didn't like the fact that Zakuro was there. I couldn't tell if those were friends or bullies. Maybe they were friends who were really sympathetic for her and who were just trying to look out for her by thinking this could be a potentially bad person. But I don't know, at the same time it could be bullies who are just manipulating her, being really, really controlling and deciding who she can and can't hang out with. So I don't really know. It's going to be really interesting to learn about Zakuro especially, but yeah, I have no idea where this story is going to progress, so yeah, let's get into it. Right, the best start ... San? Oh, who? This voice, who is that voice belonging to? Does that say Nissan? I can't really tell who that voice is. It sounded like Zakuro's, this voice. Hang on a sec, this is... Oh, right. Is... That's actually really quite unusual. What?
Yuki?
Yuki? Wait, hang on a second, what? Oh! Oh no! Oh my god, that's hilarious. That wasn't Nissan, that was Ki. That's what was being said. Oh my god, that's hilarious. So not only... By the way, I really love that Yuki looks like she's either sleeping in a nuclear bunker or an asylum. Like, seriously, what are these walls? And why do they look like they're so industrialized?
Yuki, 起きなきゃダメだよ.
Yuki, you have to get up. Yeah, especially with this bitch near you. Wait, hang on. You can't see my cursor. Yeah, Kagami.
いつまでも寝ていると遅刻しちゃうよ.
If you keep sleeping, we're gonna be late. No way. Oh, that's actually really quite funny. I think Yuki's already woken up, but still, she is totally being lazy. I love it.
なんだから起きなきゃダメだよ. Yuki ってば.
It's morning. Get up, Yuki. I find it really quite sweet how Tsukasa is just so soft, and then Kagami is the opposite. Oh god. I'm just waiting for Kagami to start speaking. Get up already. Hmm?
じゃないってば. また遅刻しちゃうよ.
No, you can't sleep in. You'll be late again. She's so trying to tease her.
またいびきかいてる. 仕方ないな.
She's snoring again. I guess I have no choice.
どきなさい.
Move over. What? No, what's Kagami gonna do? Oh, fucking hell. What the hell is she doing? What? What? How about you get up? Jesus Christ, I just don't understand what the fuck is going on. I can't really see much. I can't really... Wait, hang on a second. Has Kagami literally sat on her or something like that? How about you get up? Oh my god, you're gonna break my spine. What is she doing? I think she's literally just gone and sat down on Yuki to try and get her up. I mean... That's a way of doing it, I suppose. Yuki, if you don't get up, you're gonna get... Yeah, seriously. I don't disagree. Good point. She is chronically lazy. If you think she's gonna hurt me... Well, she's not chronically lazy. She just doesn't want to go to school, which I don't blame her for. I mean, I'm on the final week of my school term at the moment. Well, school half term, but yeah, not exactly like I want to go. If you think she's going to hurt me, why don't you stop her? too difficult.
また寝ちゃうでしょ。昔からあなたの行動は進化ないもの。
Fair. That's no good. If I stop, you'll go back to sleep. You haven't changed one bit. Oh, God.
もう寝ない所存。頼みますから布団の上で正座しないで。
Oh, she was sitting on her. Yeah, that's really weird. I promise I won't go back to sleep. So please, don't sit on me!
ダメよ。口でいくら言ってもちゃんと起きないと信じられないからね。
Oh, yeah, reasonable. What, have you got to make it so that you knock Kakami over just to prove that you are going to get up? No way, I can't trust you to get up just because you say you will.
あんたバカか。
I mean, to be fair, I don't really blame Yuki, but holy fuck, she sounds like she is just having the worst time of her life. Are you stupid?
なんですって。起こしに来てあげたのに逆ギレ。こっちが切れるわよ。
I love that. Well, it's not exactly as if you're not pissing Yuki off. You are really pissing Yuki off. What did you say? Didn't I come all the way here just to wake you up? You're gonna piss me off.
いや違う。いややめ。なんかグリグリすると。いや
Oh, stop, my spine's gonna snap.
お姉ちゃん。
Yeah, she probably should stop. I mean, I get that she may go back to sleep if she does stop, but it's still a bit extreme. A bit. I really said a bit. It's really extreme. I mean, you come to somebody's house to wake them up, and because of the fact that they refuse to wake up, you provoke them with quite literally sitting down on them and on their spine.
このバカが起きるまでやるんだから。
God. Be quiet, Tsukasa. I won't move until this idiot gets up.
あのね、お姉ちゃん。背中に乗ってたら起きられないと思うよ。
I mean, to be fair, she has double ahoges, so I wouldn't be surprised if she made a mistake like that. On the chan, I don't think she can get up until you get off her.
ああ、そうか。
That's a pretty good theory you have. I love how technical how unreasonably technical it sounds. That's a pretty good theory you have there.
説じゃない。誰がどう見ても事実。
Seriously, and I mean, especially if you're a little bit more lazy, you don't just instantly get up. I mean, it's going to be a little bit difficult to get up. It's not a theory, it's a fact, no matter how much you look at it. Fair enough.
だいたいそんな重くないでしょ。
That's really good, yeah. I'm not that heavy.
重いわ。
You totally are.
そんなでもないわよ。
Dude, she could press on your spine. This is not the time to provoke her. I'm not.
もういいから降りてあげようよ、お姉ちゃん。
Oh, come on, get off her and on there, Jan. If only, could you imagine if there was width between the off and her? Well, that was quite eventful.
私は死ぬかと思いました。
Well, that's a really good way to start off the day, isn't it? I thought I was gonna fucking die. I thought I was gonna die.
ごめんね、痛かったよね。
I'm sorry, it hurt, didn't it?
いいのよ。ユキは大げさなんだから。
No, I don't think she is. Actually, I think she might be, but not really that much. She's fine, she's just exaggerating. Actually, she really, really is. I mean, I get that it might have been really painful, but you're not gonna die from it no matter what happens.
重量級。
Heavyweight club. Oh god, I feel really bad about it. I mean, I get that Kagami is obviously really pissing off Yuki, but god, she is doing it well in return. Yeah, totally latching onto an insecurity there. Heavyweight class. Oh boy. You didn't need to hit me.
あなたが失礼なこと言うからよ。
God, you're not gonna get very far if you hit anybody who says something rude to you. It's because you said something rude.
でもまあ、ユキは理由つけてすぐ寝るから仕方がないところもあるよ。
Yeah, fair enough. Or maybe that was the first time she got up. But you probably make up some reason to get back to sleep, so we had to do that to get you up. Yeah, reasonable. God, proper brutality.
仕方がない。わけがあるか。起こすたんびに背中に乗られたのでは命がいくらあっても足りんわ。
Fair enough. She does have a point. I mean, I think if I was woken up like that every single day, I would just say... No, I think I'd move house and I'd make it so that my location isn't findable by a person like this. Had to, huh? As if. I'd die if I were woken up like that every day.
でもさ、
Yeah, fair enough.
ユキがちゃんと起きれば命
But you really think Tsukasa really thinks that one time is going to change everything? Sure. Yeah, this is so true. But you won't die if you just wake up the first time. So you're saying that I'll die if I don't get up? Well, yeah, fair enough. I mean, dying is a continuous state of sleep. I suppose you can't get up from that, but yeah. I like that. Oh my god, yeah, I really like what Tsukasa's saying. yeah, fair enough. I mean, but the only thing is, are you forgetting about the fact that she will wake up by herself at some point in the day? Maybe not now, but later. Instead of the Wakatsuki sisters, we should just call you the Stupid Brigade. Fair enough. Still, maybe that could make maybe 2 could be enough for a brigade? We're not much of a brigade with just the 2 of us. God. I hope you fail and can't graduate. That's gonna make her embarrassed. You say that, but you're the one that's the most worried about her. That's probably true, let's be honest. But the only thing is, that's the problem. Now you need to make it so that Yuki's ready for school. Is that not going to take forever, you would have thought? I'll just look at the time. Hurry up or we're going to be late. What? Yeah, got it. Anyway, I have morning wood, so I'm going to have to ask you two to step outside. What, is it just going to be an excuse to go back to sleep? Yeah. Yeah, so I was interpreting that the correct way. To be honest, I feel like this is one of the best VNs to read while you're a teenager. Just while jokes like these are still A, used, and B, I won't say they're funny, but they're kind of funny. Okay, to be fair, to hear fucking Yuki say this, especially because she's a girl, it's even weirder. What, Yuki, you're a girl. What the fuck am I reading at the moment? Oh yeah, good one. Yeah, this is weird. Yuki has been on too much R34, let's be honest here. Right, whatever you say, Kagami. Besides, if it's in your heart, you should be able to control it better. I do see what she means, though. That is a good point. Anyway, we'll believe you for now, sure. We'll wait outside, but you'd better be getting changed. Oh god, I mean, let's be honest, Kagami is probably going to skip the day just because of how mad she'd be at Yuki if she didn't. To be fair, I mean, I get that it was just a way to annoy Yuki, but if she was in worse health, she could have potentially died from shock. Oh god. She was so much nicer in the past. When did she become such a mean old lady? I knew she was gonna hear that. She doesn't have the hearing of an old lady. Let me just say that. She has really good hearing. Who's an old lady? Oh, you can hear me? Of course I can. Hang on a second, that's a little bit creepy. I mean, if Yuki said that she had morning wood. Yeah. That's just an invasion of privacy. Let's just say that. Which means you have your ear pressed up against the door, Kagami-san. It's still creepy. But you would just go back to sleep if we let you.
ユキが起きるっていうのを信じて外で待ってたら昼間まで待たされたんだから。
Once when we were in grade school, we believed when you said you were going to get up, and you kept us waiting until noon. Fucking hell, I feel bad. But I mean, I get that that's annoying as hell, but I do kind of get what Yuki means. I think there's a problem with you that in that case for waiting that long. But it could be your problem. It could still be your problem. Don't make yourself innocent in the situation. You were the one that said trust me, so I did. But still, I doubt anybody would wait more than 4 hours. I know, that is ridiculous. I feel like she'd get mad at... She's so gonna get mad here. Oh, Nia-chan fell asleep while she was waiting. Yeah, fair enough. But the only thing is, Tsukasa didn't. I mean, I get that Kagami might have, but Tsukasa didn't. She had to wait 4 fucking hours for Yuki just because she couldn't be bothered to get up on time. Yeah, I thought she was going to say that. Of course it didn't. God. It's because you act like that that I decided I wasn't going to be nice to you. Well, at least she's honest. Yeah, just take as long as possible. Now then, shower. Oh God, I told you we don't have time for that. I mean, you can make one day, I'm sure, but at the same time, I do see what she means. It doesn't matter whether we have time or not. There's no use to going to school without showering. Oh God, that's the worst. God, that's hilarious. So she showers in the morning, and yet she barely ever gets up on time. So, yeah, I mean, that is understandable, but at the same time, I just find it really quite funny to think about the fact that you risk... I mean, there are so many things that could be on hold just because of the fact that, she doesn't get up on time. I mean, I don't know how she would think that's a good idea. I mean, you would have thought if she consistently gets up either at times that are so late that she'd miss school, or times that are so late that everything would be really stressful when getting to school, you would have thought that maybe it wouldn't be a good idea to shower in the morning and shower before bed. I don't know. It matters a lot. If we're late, then there's no point. Yeah, no point to us coming to wake you up. Fair enough. Oh yeah, I like that. That's not true. There's value in participation, even if you don't win. Yeah, at least you've tried, I suppose. But yeah, I agree. Well, to be fair, she might come to school. Even though she's late, she may come to school, even though she could have missed that day off school. Yeah, so what exactly is the value of participating in this? Fair enough, so she's increasing Yuki's health, I suppose? They say that with a healthy body comes a healthy mind. Yeah. Are you stupid? Waking you up has nothing to do with our health. What, is it just because of the fact that she can prove that, I don't know, her waking up on time and having consistent waking up times is healthy? I don't know. Oh. The most important thing is that you believe it doesn't. But what if you don't? There is a key flaw in this logic. I mean, you can say this all you like. You can say the fact that, I don't know, there's the only value in participating is because of the fact that you need to, well, I suppose Kagami and Tsukasa can believe about the fact that their health is, I don't know, better because of the fact that they have such good health that they can wake somebody up who, I don't know, not necessarily has worse health. You could just be really lazy and have good health. But, yeah, somebody who's worse at getting up in time. The important thing is that you believe it does. Oh, fuck. Shut up, we're going. Kagami pulled my hand forcefully. Gosh, she's even better than her parents. I just find it really quite funny to think, I mean, how many times must Yuki have skipped school when her parents were here, I wonder? Kagami pulled my hand forcefully. Jesus Christ. Yeah, do. I mean, yeah, you can go to school without showering, but I don't think you can go to school without that. Jesus. I love how useless she is. I mean, you get change and yet you forget something that's very important. Yuki, you're not wearing any? Oh god, yeah, I forgot about that detail. Like I said, I was about to get in the shower. But the only thing is, I mean, judging by the fact that there hasn't been anything that's odd about what she's wearing, she's probably barely even got undressed. Kagami sighed. She's totally useless, it's hilarious. Yeah, I think she's given up. Alright, go take a shower if you want. Kagami, you're so understanding. It's like you return to your younger self. Right, this next line is going to be a complete contrast, bet you anything. Oh, I'm impressed. Tsukasa, let's go. Let's leave this idiot behind. She's so cold, yeah. Oh, that's mean. Then hurry up and get in the shower already. Oh, that's actually a reasonably good strategy. Yeah, just pretend about the fact that you are going to leave them if you don't go in the shower. So, yeah, run, otherwise we'll do nothing. We'll do nothing with you. Hurry up and get in the shower already. I love that. What did I even shower for if I'm just gonna get sweaty again? I do kind of get what she means. I mean, she is getting sweaty the second she has finished showering. Oh my god, I like this epic music and just the fact that we've got a motion blur on everything indicating how fast we're going. What did I even shower for if I'm just gonna get sweaty again? Wow. That's hilarious. Now Kagami's the one being left behind. I mean, I get the fact that Kagami's probably slower than Yuki, but still. Because you run a little slower, One-chan doesn't look well. Oh, yeah. Yeah, why would she admit this to Yuki? Let's be honest here. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you give her all of the trouble she gave you, but returned. Yeah, good one. You heard her. Agreed. She's just acting tough. Fair. I see, she's just acting tough, but she's still keeping up. She may be acting tough, and inside, she may be really, really physically finding this difficult, but she is keeping this up. Just don't run into anybody by accident, that would be a good thing. I see, she's just acting tough, but she's still keeping up. I wouldn't have expected any less from Kagami. I'm actually trying pretty hard right now. Were you trying to leave us behind? I love that. God, she's so good in what she does. She always takes the situation and spins something funny out of it. I just thought if Kagami collapsed, we could stop at a nice cafe or something to nurse her back to health. But where would you get money? Who'd pay for the food? She probably brought some in advance, let's be honest. If we stop now, all this running would have been for nothing. Yeah, fair enough. That's fine, isn't it? No, it isn't. Do you dislike school that much? Good question, actually. Who doesn't? Who doesn't? I hate it, I guess.
あんなに昔は成績良かったのに
Your grades used to be so good too. I feel really quite bad for Yuki. I mean, she's never going to want to do good in school if she's getting nagged this much by a friend who kind of is like an old grandma. I do kind of see what she means. Your grades used to be so good too.
今では真ん中少し下を爆走中です
Yeah, reasonable. Yeah, now I'm flourishing in the lower half of the class.
真ん中少し下ってそれのどこが爆走になるのよ
Yeah, that is a good point. How can you be flourishing all the way down
だ
there?
よね気分だけは大爆走な感じなんでね
Right. Yeah, reasonable. Well, at least I feel like I'm flourishing.
でもね私でも少し腹が立つんだよ
But you know, it kind of bothers me too.
突然何が
Oh, what's this all of a sudden?
だって勝ち人間みたいじゃん
It's like you quit while you were ahead, you know?
勝ち逃げ誰がん
Quit while who was ahead? Huh? Well, her!
だって子供の時はユキってすごく頭良くて
Yeah, I see
私
that.
はよく比べられて散々肩身が狭い思いをしてきたのに今じゃ全然ユキはやる気なし
Yeah, I can see that.
勝ち逃げだよ
I really wonder if Yuki would be better than Kagami and Tsukasa if she did have a work ethic. I really do. You were so smart when you were a kid. You always made us look bad in comparison, and now you don't even try. That's why it seems like you quit while you were ahead. Yeah, no, I do see that. I love that she didn't understand it. Yeah, properly proving what Tsukasa and Kagami are saying. And what she's saying about the fact that she's flourishing in the lower half of the class.
でも今は私の方がバカなんだからいいじゃん
Ah, fair. But now the tables have turned. The tables really have turned. Yeah, but now I'm the stupid one, so we're even.
そうでもないよ
Oh,
私たちはユキの肩身が狭くなるほど
really?
成績も良く
Will
な
she?
いし
Will she?
それにどうせユキは進路決定時期になるとまた成績が良くなるもん
Not really. Our grades aren't nearly as good as yours were, and you'll probably start studying again when entrance exams come around. Yeah, you really think somebody who smokes as much as she does,
そうね
instead of being in school?
私たちと同じ学校受かってるし
Like, I mean, I get that she has a lot of really, really therapeutic thinking sessions when she skips school, but at the same time, I mean, she basically skips school to smoke. Okay, she doesn't fully smoke, I feel bad for saying that, but, like, I don't really know, I just feel like it would be so unlikely for somebody like her to want to study if she's skipping school and she's smoking already. I don't know. You're right, she managed to get into the same school as us after all. Yeah, fair enough.
いやあれはたまたまでね
Oh,
今
I
は
see.
本当に授業についていくのですらやっとだから次の進路とかではそのまぐれも続かないってばさ
To be fair, I do kind of get what Yuki means, but at the same time, I mean, if you did study hard, you could in theory do it. That was just a coincidence. I can hardly keep up in class now. Yeah, I'll probably fail the entrance exams. But to be fair, if you use these people for studying, forget about the fact that they're neighbours, forget about the fact that they're friends, if you just use them as study tools, you could in theory do really quite well. If you tried, and if you studied a lot, which is... It's determination that Yuki doesn't really have, I don't think. But you don't have to have that to have fun in life.
前もそんなこと言ってた進学はそんな簡単じゃないってでも簡単に受かってた
God, that really is quite impressive. I remember telling you that entrance exams aren't that easy, but they were no trouble for you.
それはたまたまでね世の中そんな簡単なこと
Yeah,
ばかりじゃないって
Yeah, that was a coincidence. The rest of the world isn't that easy. And let's be honest, if she did pass an entrance exam for a university, she would really need to study. And she would need to learn how to. That was a coincidence. The rest and she would need to not skip days of her university related course. That was a coincidence. The rest of the world isn't that easy. I hate how you say that. Yeah, fair enough. That's hilarious. I find it really quite funny to think about the fact that I get the impression that Kagami is actually a little bit jealous about the fact that Yuki had that point in time where she was better, and if she did study, she would be way better than these two. That's probably why. Kagami, you're the dumb one, realizing that intellect doesn't fully rely on academic ability. I'll make you the dumb one this time. You won't catch up. You overestimate me, Kagami. But yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, it's just less competition. Now that you mention it, shouldn't you be happy if Yuki skips school? Not like it really matters. I'll just cut all the classes I don't like anyway. Yeah, fair enough. There's such a thing as too much free spirit. It is, to be fair, I don't disagree. Who cares? Can we stop talking until we're done running? Yeah, just stop digging Kagami's grave. Oh, you tired? Yeah, I knew it. Not at all. Classic Kagami. Oh, here we are. We're at school. And surprisingly not late. Is that Zakuro? That really looks like Zakuro. We're here. We're almost late. Dangerous. That was dangerous. The voice actors could do a little bit more of an effort. I mean, I swear, these people sound like they're moaning at the moment. I hate that. Well, I'm sorry, but... Yeah, okay. I just wanted to listen to that again to prove a point, but yeah, they really do! Why? Dangerous, that was dangerous! Yuki, you're slow. You cannot say anything. Why am I carrying your bags? Oh god, that's awful. Because you lost at rock, paper, scissors. Well, to be fair, she created her own poison. Fucking hell. You were the one that said the loser had to carry the other's bags. That really is quite something. God. God, she sounds dead. I mean, to be fair, at least it wasn't Kagami who got it. And at least Kagami isn't really complaining now, I suppose. I thought I'd make a new rule since Kagami was complaining. I figured it would give the loser a chance to get back in the race. Yeah, fair enough, yeah. Who are you calling a loser? Oh god, everybody's gone! But I agree, yeah, but what if Oneir-chan had lost? That's hilarious, yeah. Well, then she would have been late and we'd have just been fine. By the way, they probably are late at the moment. Everybody's gone into school. Well, then she would have been late and we would have just been fine.
カバンがないから遅刻しなくても
Yeah,
私
true.
たちだってまずいんじゃないかな
This rule just so doesn't work. But even if we weren't late, wouldn't we be in trouble too if we didn't have our bags?
なら全員遅刻でいいんじゃないかな
So what's the point of this? What, just to make somebody more pissed off? Basically. Then we could all be late.
全然ダメじゃない
Seriously, yeah. Then what was the point?
あれ
Huh?
どうしたのお姉ちゃん
What's wrong, One-chan?
あ
Oh my
あいや
god.
ね
I don't know, that was... Is it me, or this was just oddly unnerving, that turn Kagami has done? It's just because of the fact that I've never seen her sprite like this. I didn't even know she had a sprite for looking backwards. That's hilarious. God, even Tsukasa. Kagami was talking so animatedly before, but the second she reached the school gate, she stopped short. For some reason, she was glaring at the school, but what's wrong about it? I wonder what was up. Even if it was nothing, her face scared me. She looked really scary, the way she was glaring at the building. Not just because she's a Karen and she's pissed off, but yeah, because there could potentially be something going on.
なんで校舎にメンチなんぞ切ってるの
Yeah, if anything, why aren't you going in? I mean, especially with somebody that's academic, if they hear the bell and yet they aren't beginning to go into school, they aren't thinking that's a wake-up call and that they really should be getting a move on. For them just to be standing there fixated on something, I mean, that is properly. That is really quite something. After all of this, Kagami's late, by the way. Can I just mention that? Why are you staring at the school?
はあなんで私がさっぱらから校舎にそんなことしなきゃいけないのよ
Huh? Why would I be doing that?
してたもんなんかすげえ目つきだったすげえヤンキー目
You were. For a moment, your eyes looked really incredible. It looked like you were ready to pick a fight.
そんなすごい目つきじゃないよ多分
She probably wasn't doing anything that weird. Probably.
それでなんか気になるの
Well then, is something bothering you?
なんでもない
Oh. I'm surprised. Oh, it's nothing. Is it? Could you imagine if there's a dead body? And then, suddenly, Tsukasa started looking at the building in the same way. The two of them glared at the building. Imagine if it's a dead body that they've just discovered. I might be stating the obvious here, but this was unusual for them. I agree, what's wrong? yeah, why were they staring at the school we've been going to for years? I didn't understand. I agree, yeah, it is odd.
双子で不気味な連中だなどうした司まで
Yeah, and it's really quite odd to think about the fact that these people were just being completely dismissive. What is it? The twins are acting all really creepy. What's wrong, Tsukasa?
なんでもないよ
Oh, it's nothing.
なんでもないって顔でもないんですが
That's not what your face is saying. I mean, why lie to her? She's still going... They're all going to have to discover whatever the problem is sometime soon. What's the point of lying? That's not what your face is saying.
司
Tsukasa.
お姉ちゃんなんだろうなんか変な感じ
Yeah, One-chan. What's this? It feels really strange.
うん
Yeah.
変な感じ
Strange? So what's bad about the school? I look up at the school building again. The building seemed like it was 10 or 20 years old. The design wasn't really out of the ordinary. And nothing had changed from yesterday. Right, top of the rooftop. Top of the rooftop. What's here? Oh. I'm genuinely surprised that something's not there. I would have thought that maybe it could have been Zakuro or something like that. I don't know. But the only thing is, I mean, if somebody was in a very vulnerable position that they had just seen, why wouldn't they instinctively be going for help and running towards them? I'm really surprised. Where is the thing that is odd? Oh, wait. I was thinking maybe that little, just darker blob there, maybe that could signify something? I don't know. Oh my god, it's going really, really slowly. I wonder. And nothing had changed from yesterday. I wonder, I would have, yeah, I would have understood their reaction if it had been transformed into a futuristic building C that only looked like our school building but could but could actually transform into a robot. Well, we've already seen the school building transform into something that, well, into the Milky Way Railway, which literally transports you to the Milky Way. I really do wonder what's wrong, but I really didn't see anything wrong. What? It doesn't feel like anything's changed. This is so weird. Yeah, you're right, but... What's wrong though? I don't really understand, because it's something that Yuki doesn't see, and yet at the same time Kagami and Tsukasa see it at the same time. I mean, what sense does that make? Maybe it was because of the fact that Yuki wasn't looking in the right place? Oh, you're right, but what's wrong? I just don't get it. Yet the same scenery, nothing had changed at all. What sense does that make? Oh, that's weird. That is really, really unusual. What is it, just because of the fact that light is, I don't know, not behaving in the usual way it would for some reason? What? There's something about the rays of the summer sun and the deep blue sky felt a little off. That was all. Was it? Actually, that's a good question. That's actually really quite unusual. I mean, the bell has rung. Why aren't there loads of people that are going to classes? And isn't it interesting that there are quite a few people who are looking out of the window? But the only thing is, Yuki has just come into school with Tsukasa and Yuki, and yet, Tsukasa and Kagami, and yet at the same time, she still hasn't seen anything that could be remotely indicative of an incident, so I don't get it. Sorry, hang on just a sec. This is odd. I feel like they may be fussing over nothing, but at the same time, this is the funniest thing. I can't exactly deny the possibility that they're fussing over nothing. What if they are fussing over something? And what if that something is actually really significant? I mean, if the rays of the summer sun were off, you would have thought that you'd instinctively think about Zakuro. But the only thing is, I mean, why would they know if it's a dream world? And also, why would it be a dream world? Unless Zakuro has potentially killed herself, and then maybe the world has changed as a result of that. I don't know why, though. Like, if it happened this time, why did it not happen last time? I love that analogy at the top there. Yeah, but that is actually really quite unusual, I wonder. Could it be a natural phenomenon? I wonder what happened. The school seems really noisy. Agreed, yeah. Yeah, maybe something happened. Jeez, what are you waiting for? You're gonna be late. But the only thing is, why is everything so irregular? It's odd. It really, really is. By the way, can I just say, their school is weird. I mean, obviously it's in the style of Japanese school. Totally. Really, really reminds me of, well, it reminds me of Higurashi. Spoiler warning for Higurashi, but it reminds me of the school in Ibaraki where Rena had quite literally, you know, smashed the windows in and went on a thing called... Oh, wait, no, I won't say anymore, but, yeah. Yep. Ruined Nagisa's life. Made Kohair go to his death as well. Oh, sorry. Wait a sec. Unusual. Chatter, chatter. Why are we getting it in this sort of weird view? If anything, it's really ironic when I'm just talking about Higurashi. We've got the adventure mode that was just here, and now we've got the manga game mode. Odd. I wonder why... So, it looks like even though the bell has rung and class should have started, firstly, the teachers aren't here, which is a little bit odd, but also the fact that people are really, really chatting. I opened the classroom door. The same classroom as always, the same faces as always. But still, something was different. That's really odd. I wonder what is different. Yeah. The classroom was loud and chaotic, indicative of the potential of something having happened. Oh fuck, is that Zakuro? Seems like it really was the girl from class 3. I heard she was with some people from another school. So people were really, really gossiping about this. Really? It actually happened? I'm sorry, but if somebody had killed herself, I don't think something like that would be said. That's super scary. Who's that? Does this guy even have... He doesn't have a voice line. You don't know? She really stood out. She had really long black hair. Black? Yeah. She seemed like a total bimbo. God, what a weird insult. But at the same time, I mean, yeah. I could see people making that assumption about Zakuro. Oh, fucking hell. That could be Yuki. Well, no. That could be just so impactful for Yuki because she had a conversation that was really, really unusual with Zakuro. And now she's just, well, potentially killed herself. I don't know. She seemed like a total bimbo. She was in the classes we had along with class 3. She had a long bob cut. God. Well, I mean, that matches Zakuro. I don't know what the grudge is, but yeah. Yeah, the crazy grudge girl. You have got to be kidding me. Are they... Wait, so what has actually happened? She was always alone. Oh yeah, I remember her. There's been another... So I really do wonder, is this a suicide or is this a murder? But still, this is right after Shiroyama-kun from class 3. That's kind of scary. It sounds like something really bad has happened to Zakuro. That would make sense, judging by the fact that the light of the day and the skies seemed a little bit weird. Maybe it could be the case that when Zakuro dies, it's as if... Well, I don't really know. Why is Zakuro significant in the real world? I could see why she'd be realistic in the illusionary world, but why is she significant in the real world? But wasn't that an accident? Still, it happened just a little while ago. That's scary. So many bad things happened in such a short... happening in such a short time is kind of... God, I really hope he hasn't... I hope she hasn't killed herself because, I mean, if she has, this is such an unbelievably disrespectful way of talking about someone. I mean, come on. They have firstly done that, but secondly, I mean, these people are just talking as if it's a topic of interest and it's just something fun to gossip about. And they're just forgetting about the fact that somebody's life has potentially been taken. So, what's happened? Yeah, I really think they should ask. Monet-chan. Yeah. Oh, it's Miyu. Good morning. So, oh, you're... Her face is so funny. Why can't you remember my name? I'm Iwata Miyu. Oh, that's right. Or at least it sounded right. Well, I think she knows her own name. I'd hope she does. We brought the cute pair along today. The cute pair? She gazed at Kagami and Tsukasa. I know, it's odd. Why did she call them that? I thought Miyu was friends with Kagami and Tsukasa. Well, surely that could just be a friendly greeting, or just... Well, not really a greeting, but friendly way of referring to somebody. It makes sense as to why there aren't any teachers here at the moment if something emergency related has happened with Zakuro. I don't know. Did she do it on the school site, I wonder? Or did she do it last night? Yeah, what happened? But anyway, what happened? Well, it's kind of... Kind of what? Oh god, we've got a gossiper telling us. Hey, there was this Takashima girl in the... Yeah, Takashima girl in the next class, right? Takashima-san. Yeah. Exactly, yeah. Wasn't that the Takashima-san that Yuki said she was talking to yesterday? What about her? Takashima from the next class over. And the girls I met next... And the girls I met yesterday over in Tsukinomiya. Yeah, I thought so. But the only thing is, this is my question. How do you necessarily know whether it's suicide or murder? I don't know. I mean... Yeah... Huh? No way. That's unbelievable. I mean... I'm not surprised about the fact that she's suicided, but fucking hell. I'm just shocked about how insanely disrespectful these people are. It's disgusting. Interesting that they're from another school. Why does she know them then? Especially if she's a more isolated person. You wouldn't have thought that a more isolated person would have known people from the other school. And by the way, what the fuck are her parents thinking? She's taken her own life while they're in the countryside. Actually, they're in the countryside in the dream world, in the illusionary world. Are they in the countryside in the real world? That's the question I'd like to ask. God, that's awful. A long bob cut. That's what Zakuro has then. Jesus Christ. That's the only thing you remember about her. I mean, that's sick. No way. Suicide? Yeah, it's unreal. It really is. Yeah, Takashima-san committed suicide. It's really... Oh yeah, good one. Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah. By Takashima-san, you mean Takashima Zakuro-san from the class next door, right? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, the gloomy girl with black hair and a bob cut. Yeah, yesterday evening she jumped off a roof near the train station. So I really do wonder if it was in the same place or not. So this is basically seeing what chapter 1 would be like if we had firstly a few events that were changed. But isn't it really quite funny to think about the fact that the only reason Yuki died was because of the fact that she forgot where the CD store was? There was no other reason. She would have survived that if she didn't. It's interesting to think about that. Well, I mean, it's interesting in terms of story perspective. But it's fucking horrible to think about whatever's happened to Zakuro. I mean, it's so bad that this happens every single time. No matter which conditions happen, she always dies in the end. Yesterday evening, she jumped off a roof near the train station.
階のマンションから飛び降りたからすごかった
Jesus
みたいだ
fucking
よ
Christ. She jumped off a 12-story apartment complex. That's how many stories there were? Apparently it was really nasty.
他の学校の
At the
生徒
top as
2
well.
人と
What? That's properly weird. What the fuck? She jumped with 2 students from another school. Yesterday evening, just a few hours after I saw her. Yeah, and the 2 students from another school were probably... Yeah, those 2. Yeah, exactly. I don't understand. Why would they want to do this? But the only thing is we know nothing about these weirdos. We don't know anything. These 2 girls that were there with her. Which means... Yeah, exactly, yeah. Which means they met up there so that they could go kill them. So, I mean, why? Why do they even know each other as well? How do you necessarily know? What if it was a potential murder that was an accident and... Well, it was an accident in the respect of it going wrong for the perpetrator and them somehow dying by accident. I mean, you'd have to have a really stupid mistake, but at the same time... God, a cold sweat ran down my back. Yeah, no, I don't blame her. The palm of my hand hurt. God, it's scary. Yeah, my hand had apparently balled itself up into a fist from the tension. Oh, I don't blame her. I mean, my God. You just meet somebody who seems nice, but a little bit troubled, obviously. But at the same time, to just think they would do something as drastic as this, just right after, well, just a little bit of time after you've met them, must be terrifying. When I opened my hand, it was damp with sweat. Yeah, don't blame her. I see. I was terrified. Yeah, no, I don't blame her. I really don't blame her. I was a lot more upset than I would have expected. First, I needed to calm down and think. There are plenty of ways to calm yourself down. Yeah, you are scared if you're thinking things like that. One of those ways is to look at your situation from the perspective of an outsider. That's interesting. I've never really thought about that. Just the way I prefer. First off, I didn't really know her all that well. Yeah, no, I suppose. She was just a girl I met. No, but that's... I mean, that's a... Yeah, no, I totally see that. And that's the worst thing. She was prepared to do it. I don't know what must have happened in her life, but it must have been awful if something like this was happening to her. And she genuinely felt as if she wanted to do it. Yeah, she was just a girl I met. A girl who was prepared to commit suicide that same day. Yeah. Why would she seem so hopeful? I mean... If you're going to kill yourself, why do you then kiss somebody you've never met before? Yeah, that was the part that made me feel uneasy. Yeah, any normal girl would have felt uneasy about that. But does it explain why I was so upset? Of course not. That's just the first part of it. Yeah. There's something much more important. Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, the kiss, yeah. Yeah, exactly. I was kissed by a girl who was about to jump off a roof and kill herself. By a girl who I thought I didn't know very well. Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't blame her. Yeah, that's the reason why I was so shaken. And worse, the incomprehensible things she said after that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, I totally agree. Yeah, and... Yeah, that definitely is significant when you try to interpret it, and you just realise how true the things Yuki is saying are. Those mysterious words that came out of her mouth could be taken in many different ways, depending on the interpretation. That is another really good point. I mean, yeah, how could that be interpreted? By the way, I do find it really interesting with Zakuro's face. It just looks wrong. I'm sorry, but it just genuinely looks weird. There is something that just looks off about her face, and especially because of the fact that Zakuro's sprite here, it's really different from the sprite that's in Chapter 1. I just really wonder why that is. Why would you entirely redesign a sprite, even though this is part of exactly the same game? What is the point? Is it just to make us feel unease? Or to make us feel odd? I'll give you some of my
これ
power.
からすごいことが起きますからね。
Yeah, but seriously, what is that amazing thing? And how would she give the power? I mean, I don't really think somebody would think their suicide is amazing. But at the same time, I mean, if you think about all of the philosophy that Zakuro had at heart, maybe she felt as if... God, could you imagine if she believed in this really delusional ideal, and yet, because I remember... No, she didn't drop a doll. She did actually jump there. Maybe she didn't believe in the ideal, but maybe the suicide could have just been because she thought the ideal was going to be, I don't know, fulfilled. Soon something amazing will
空いっ
happen.
ぱいの不安な言葉。
Yeah, the sky is full of anxious words. That too, yeah. Yeah, those vague, philosophical, mysterious words. And after that...
私があなたに恨みないですよ。
A grudge against you? I'm not holding any grudge.
私はあなたに悪い印象なんて持ってません。
I don't have a bad impression of you.
それどころか、
Yeah, not a bad impression at all. It's really odd. Yeah, she talked about her impression of me. Yeah, and I mean, of course it would hit somebody like Yuki that much, because if somebody doesn't have a bad impression of you, maybe they could have had a really nice time together, and if anything, maybe, in the best case scenario, Yuki could have got Zakuro out of this really tricky situation. Who knows? So maybe she's then going to feel sad about the fact that she hasn't done as much as she could have, and then maybe she'll think about the fact that maybe she'll do what anybody in grief would do and just blame themselves unnecessarily. She talked about her impression of me. And then after that, what she said... yeah, what she did. Suicide.
冷静に
Calm down.
あまり深くは考えずに。
Yeah, I agree. Don't think too deeply about it. Right. It's dangerous to think too much about a suicidal person's actions. You don't want to speculate on something like that. I mean, it is reasonable, and I think it's especially reasonable when you are close to the person, because the more you speculate, and especially the thing is about stuff like this, I mean, whenever you find something that you think is remotely convincing, you'll probably act on that thought. If you think something really bad is very convincing, that will just make your feelings so much worse. Doing this is just a potential, it's just a ticket to grief and hell. Let's be honest here. It's dangerous to think too much about a suicidal person's actions. You don't want to speculate on something like that. A lot of her words were definitely puzzling. They made more... Yeah, totally. They were more than enough to scare me. But they were just... Yeah, God, that's horrible. But the only thing is, I mean, you can't help but being a human being and just thinking, if this person is unstable and suicidal, I mean, you know, why would you not want to help them? And I mean, if I was in this situation, I'd just be horrible to think. I just think it's horrible. Even though I would know in my head that there was nothing I could do, I would still think it's absolutely horrible that there wasn't anything I could do more, really. But they were just the words of an unstable suicidal girl. It would have been absurd to take them at face value. True, yeah. Let's look at the situation calmly. She is doing a really good job, I think. Yeah, that was just before she committed suicide, so she wasn't stable, but at the same time, she didn't necessarily seem similar to what a person... Well, to be fair, maybe she put on a really, really big front, but at the same time, she didn't really seem anything like an unstable person. But to be fair, I mean, people are unstable in different ways, but at the same time, I mean, you would have thought that she wouldn't have been so happy. But I do remember thinking beforehand that that kiss that she did with Yuki, it really did seem final. It just felt like something you do at the end of your life. It just felt like you do something that's just a risk you take before you end it all. I don't know. That was just before she committed suicide. She wasn't stable. And she just so happened to see a girl who she knew from school. In other words, me. She was full of doubt and fear, and in her last moments, she just wanted to talk to someone she knew. Yeah, and yeah, maybe that could explain why she's so happy. Yeah, reasonable. Yeah. Yeah, no, I totally see that. Yeah, I don't have a bad impression of you. If you thought about her situation carefully, these words of her were important. Yeah. Oh, yeah. She was being bullied. So you could think of it like this. Any person that doesn't... Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. They don't necessarily have to be a good person, but if... I think you could amend this even more. Any person that she doesn't know contributes to her bullying is a good person. Also, that could cover any bad person as well. It's deadly. Any person that doesn't contribute to her bullying equals a good person. Even if it was just because I'd never bullied her, I was still definitely a good person in her mind. Yeah, I see that. Just before her death, that unbalanced girl said a lot of strange things to me. Yeah, fair. Yeah. Especially because of the fact that this is their first time meeting. Even the fact that she'd kiss me seemed to make sense considering the situation. Agreed, yeah. Though it definitely is shocking that she talked to me so casually right before she committed suicide. I just find it really quite interesting to think about the fact that Yuki is totally zoned out in her thoughts, which I don't blame her, but right in the middle of a school day, I mean, it is important. I think this is probably more important than the school day itself. Because, let's be honest, what is missing the opportunity to do one thing? I mean, if you don't have the opportunity to contemplate this and you have to bottle it all up in school, I mean, it's just going to get worse and worse. And you probably won't have had that core and essential time to think about what has genuinely happened.
Minakami-san とか優しいからよく高島さんに話しかけてたよね。
Minakami-san, you talk to her a lot since you're such a nice girl, right? Well, only once. But why does she want to know? She seems like gossip bitch of the century. I couldn't remember anything like that. Well, I suppose there were a lot of people I'd talked to and forgotten about. Yeah, that too. But at the same time, I mean, I don't really think Zakuro is one of the people that you forget about. She just seems so unusual that it would be really, really hard to forget somebody like her. It seems like most other people... Yeah. Oh god, yeah, that's horrible. Yeah, it seemed like most other people usually avoided her because she was that girl who gets bullied. So maybe I looked like I was her friend since I had talked to her a few times without thinking about it. Yeah, that's reasonable. Things like that are always relative. Yeah. Oh wait, no, this isn't. It doesn't look like that's the case. I didn't really know her that well. But it's still shocking, isn't it? Well, yeah, but it's shocking in a bad way. It's not shocking because it can fulfill your gossip and your boredom. I really do wonder what happened with Shiroyama. This person should really shut up. And it's right after what happened to Shiroyama-kun. This is what they call a series of events, isn't it? After all, Takashima-san. Oh god, that's... Wait, hang on a second. This was all a rumour, or was the thing that happened to Shiroyama a rumour? That's just a rumour, isn't it? God, that's awful. A rumour, not at all. Everybody's talking about it. She's famous, you know. She's all over the message boards. Seriously, yeah, good one. Thank you for having sense. You shouldn't talk about someone's death so lightly. And what do you mean about the message boards? Thank you for actually having decency, me. I was there at that place. So what? Yeah, seriously. I agree. Yeah, totally. Put them in their place. Yeah, what she's trying to say is that you shouldn't be so damn happy about someone's death. Why does that make you happy? Well, you're getting enjoyment from talking about it. It's mean, Minakami-san. It's not like I'm happy about it.
だって隣のクラスの人が自殺したんだよ。私ただショックで。なのに
Is she faking it? I can't tell if she's genuinely crying or faking. If she's faking, she is a horrible person. But still, a person from the next class over committed suicide. I'm just shocked. Why would you say something like that? Are they trying to turn it back on her? Shocked, huh? Yeah, I'm sure they are. I don't agree. Yeah, who's shocked? You can't say that you're shocked when, I mean, obviously they don't know that Yuki's shocked, but at the same time, they don't know who they're talking to, so they just should keep their mouth shut. They shouldn't lie about being shocked about her death when there is somebody who is reasonably, well, not really shocked, but just... I don't really want to say shocked because I feel like that's a bit too dark, but yeah, let's say disturbed by her death. There's still somebody in the room who is, so don't make a comment like that, you little shit. Yeah, I see that. Yeah. Isn't it interesting to think about the fact that in the first chapter there was a fight, there was argument, there were argument-related events happening before Zakuro had died. But the only thing is I don't really understand why it was only Zakuro who had died. Oh, no. Only Zakuro had died then. We didn't get any information about the other two. I really wonder if the other two had, I don't know, maybe forced her into killing herself then. No, it's a different death, I think, because she jumped off the rooftop of that apartment building this time, whereas she jumped over just one of the flats in the apartment building, in the first episode. Sorry, in the first chapter. I'm used to Umineko saying first episode. Shocked, huh? Yeah, I mean, understandable, but I don't really think that's going to save you at this situation here. I mean, unless there's really, really good timing, it won't save you. Wait, the teacher should be here soon. Yeah, fair enough. It looked at me like you were laughing. That's an awful thing to say. Don't cry. I really do wonder if these people were either being serious or if they're some of the most poisonous gossipers we could ever imagine and are faking it. Maybe you're crying because you know I'm right. God, yeah, she might be going too far. It's hard to tell. I can't tell if these people are genuinely distressed or if they're... No, I think the gossipers are... I feel like they're trying just to get her in trouble at this point. Yuki. Kagami. I was surprised. Kagami was glaring at me. Yeah, you take her anger seriously at this time. I think she's definitely right. I think I'm on Yuki's side with this one. But at the same time, I mean... Be careful. That's all we can say. I was surprised Kagami was glaring at me. Yeah, I suppose that's what I should have expected from Kagami.
そんなことを言ってはダメよ。彼女たちに謝って。
You can't say something like that.
謝って。
Apologize to her.
ダメだよ。ユキ、そういうの。
Yeah, but to be honest, I mean, in this situation, I feel like I was entirely agreeing with what Yuki was saying, but at the same time, I mean, well, I think everyone has something to learn in this situation, but at the same time, I think Yuki's probably just getting provoked, and these people are real gossipers. They're probably bullies as well, so just don't get on the side of people that could be provoked by them. Yeah, you can't do that, Yuki. Yeah, she's good. She's really responsible, that's really good. Oh yeah, sorry about that. Yeah. To be honest, I do think she exaggerated a bit, but what she was saying was still right on the mark, if you ask me. I said too much, I'm sorry. My emotions got the better of me. Oh, sure. Yeah. No, they really solved this responsibly. Wow. I'm sorry too. You were friends with Takashima-san, weren't you? We really weren't friends. I laughed and sat down, but yeah, I was coming up with retorts on the inside. The smile is the most important tool in ensuring smooth human relations. Yeah, I could just end it there and stop talking to her. I sat down and looked at Tsukasa and Kagami sitting right next to me. It looked like they were both pretty upset. Yeah. I don't blame them. Oh, it looks like the teacher's here. Everyone, please sit down. Oh my god, so that's the teacher. Hang on a second, is it me or the teacher really looks like the nun girl? No, the girl to the left of the nun girl. She really looked like that girl who wasn't the nun girl and who wasn't Takashima, who killed herself basically. Yeah, God. Let's hope it's not, I don't know, maybe it's the case that was her child? Who knows? The chatter in the classroom instantly evaporated when the teacher appeared. Wow. People actually respecting their teacher. That's wrong. Oh god, is it because of the fact that they could give news? Of course, that wasn't because of the teacher's authority. Fair enough. Yeah, it was just that we assumed she had the answer to the question on everyone's mind. The reason for the noise. Yeah, the truth behind the rumor. In other words, did Takashima Zakuro really die? Yeah, why did she end her life? But the only thing is that's going to be something that might be a little bit difficult to find out, especially because of somebody with such an odd thinking process as her. Or maybe it will just be as simple as bullying related issues, who knows. And tons of other questions in that vein. God, yes. Somebody's not interested. The teacher stood at the podium. All eyes in the rooms were glued to that one spot. God, yeah. Classroom hasn't been this quiet in years. If they always paid this much attention in class, their grades would go up a lot, I bet. Yeah, fair. Jeez. It was like the time before our festival. Oh, yeah, no, I see that. Everybody's eyes looked so eager. Kiyokawa. Good morning, everyone. No one made a sound. Even the greeting was frustrating. Yeah, fair. She seemed to understand what everyone wanted and cut straight to the heart of the matter. Yeah, some of you may already know, but yesterday, a student from the neighbouring class, Takashima Zakuro-san, passed away. Unfortunately. Yeah, God, no, I don't blame her. I really don't. But the only thing is I don't really get why she'd... I mean, I get that it's really, really sad, but Is it just because she had a personal connection, or I don't know. Tears were forming in her eyes, and for some reason the classroom erupted in noise. Yeah, no, I don't blame her. I mean, I think if you're getting tears in your eyes just from saying this, you shouldn't say any more than is necessary. The teacher didn't mention her cause of death. Yeah, but she had still lent some credence to the rumours. Even if the death was a suicide, the school wouldn't announce it. Was it? Yeah, exactly, I agree. After all, it was difficult to determine whether a death like that was suicide, an accident, or murder. The only people who knew the truth were probably the police, family, and... Yeah, do the family even know the truth, though? That's my question. And those at the scene of the incident, yeah. So they didn't want to announce it publicly. Yeah, the school will probably try their best to sell it as an accident. If it was announced as a suicide, lots of people would search for the cause. Oh yeah, reasonable, yeah, and it would probably just get really quite awful in terms of how much has happened. Yeah. People will really, really start gossiping. There will be so much chatter about a really distressing subject that can all be avoided if they don't announce it's a suicide. But at the same time, it's the truth. People have a right to know. But the only thing is, do people who have no relation to Zakuro whatsoever have a right to know? I wonder. If it was announced as a suicide, lots of people would search for the cause, the reason for the suicide. Oh god, yeah. And Yuki would probably get a lot of hassle because she was seen talking to Zakuro yesterday. I mean, that may spread. But the only thing is, I mean, only Kagami and Tsukasa know that. So, maybe... Or maybe she just get loads of questions from people because she seemed to be a little bit friendly with her. She seemed to treat her like a normal human being rather than just completely disregarding her. Yeah, in other words, whether or not there was bullying involved. But in the end, had the school made the right choice in keeping quiet? Yeah, I wonder. Yeah, that's odd. At the very least, this school would have already experienced one death by falling before this. The last one looked like a plain accident, but 2 deaths in a row will still cause rumours to crop up. I agree, it could be coincidence, but I don't know. Yeah, that's the worst. There could be people talking about it on the internet too. Oh, Jesus, yeah. I love that criticism, wow. Yeah, and then the mass media might show interest too, since they're always lacking real news to show. Yeah, fair enough. School could make the situation worse by trying to cover up the facts. Yeah, and they could get into a whole bunch of legal trouble. Yeah, the younger generation knew with the way information spread on the internet, it spreads like a wildfire, totally. Yeah, trying to cover up something just leads to more speculation. Yeah, totally. Even if there wasn't any means of spreading information easily, covering something up, of course it would lead to more speculation. Yeah, no. Yeah, fair. Yeah, it's odd. Yeah, I mean, you can only announce it when that has been fully proven. And we're fully sure about the fact that the proof is fully correct. It was really loud. They were probably bottling it up while the teacher was talking. Yeah, fair. The chatter from before didn't even compare, God, yeah, to the noise that was filling up the classroom. I just really wonder how and why they are being so loud about it. People turned and talked to the person behind them. Oh God, yeah, people broke into That's actually really quite surprising, especially because of the fact that she was always a person who seemed to be really quite alone. I'm just surprised that people care that much. I mean, to be fair, in my school, I think if something like that happened, a few people would probably think it's sad, but other people would just laugh. But, yeah. I'm just kind of surprised there. But I suppose it is a really quite stressful thing to think about, especially because it's somebody in their school and someone they could have potentially known as well. I mean, it is unlikely, but it still could be the case. Also, I mean, yeah, just that thought, the fact that someone that goes to the very same school as you has done something like that must be really quite impactful. People yelled. Yeah, no, I see that. It really was as noisy as a festival. I sat in the middle of that, thinking, God, crying people were an eyesore. I think it's really good that Yuki is sorting out her emotions just so that the grief doesn't affect her now. I feel like it might affect her later, though. I don't know. I couldn't help thinking that, since it was the only thing that came to mind at the moment. Yeah, fair. Everyone, please be quiet. Listen to what I'm saying. She really sounds like Tsukasa. Can I just mention that? Yeah, God, they're not even listening to what the teacher has to say. This must be really quite difficult. Yeah, the teacher tried her best to calm down the class. Yeah, but the students weren't listening to a word of it. That's a nightmare, even in a school like this. Just a little while ago, I'd seen this same scene unfold. Even if it was someone no one cared about, if that person dies, this is the result. I know, it's just really surprising. I mean, I hate to say it. It's really quite brutal to say, but at the same time, I think it is just a reasonable thing to contemplate. I mean, it's just as if nobody ever cares and nobody ever thinks, let's talk to this person, but then they die, and then because of the fact that they've done something that barely any other people do, they're suddenly a really big concern. It's just painful to think, why couldn't they have been this much of a concern in their real life? Why couldn't they have been shown sympathy and affection and feelings? Well, not really affection, but just passionate feelings from people when they were alive. Maybe that could have prevented this, if anything. It's just horrible luck. Oh, I did not mean to do that. It was really amazing. Amazing. Not the word I'd use, but okay. The sky was blue. Well, yeah, I mean, somebody has died. And now we're going to the sky? Really? It's an odd choice of... Well, an odd change, really. The sky was blue. Probably because the weather was so nice. Yeah. For some reason, the sky turns blue when the weather is nice. Not all the time. What if the weather's rainy and it's that really relaxing rain where it's a moderate climate and yet at the same time you just have that tiny bit of rainfall and everything is so... Tiny bit of rainfall, tiny bit of breeze as well. It can't be too cold, can't be too hot. My God, those days are the best. I'll never forget some of the days I've had just walking alone around school, just in rainfall like that. Some of the most therapeutic sessions of my life, I swear. For some reason, the sky turns blue when the weather is nice. God. This is a really loud soundtrack. Oh, I'm genuinely impressed that... Okay, it's just barely loud enough. It's just barely quiet enough for you guys to be able to hear me. That's nice. Sounds really quite refreshing. I wonder why it does that. Why is the sky blue when the weather is nice? God, I really wish I knew. Is this azure the proper colour of the sky? Oh, that's interesting. Sort of reminds me of Takuji. Or is it occasioned by its distance and illimitable extent? Bit too loud. As if. Oh wow. My grandfather used to teach ancient martial arts at a dojo, so there was a times I heard quotations like that every day. I forget what book it was written in, but I thought what it meant was, is the blue of the sky its true colour? How do you necessarily define a sky's true colour? Or does it just look that way because it's endless? I thought it meant something like that. I wonder if this blue sky looked the same to people 2,000 years ago. I'm actually kind of surprised I remembered that. Yeah, that is actually a reasonable thing to contemplate. I really do wonder. I might actually do some research into this. I'm actually kind of surprised I remembered that. When I was a child, I thought about the colour of the sky too. Yeah, no, it's really something that she enjoys thinking about. Why is it blue? Yeah, that is a good point. That is actually a good point, questioning the things that are the most normal to us, but why exactly is the sky the colour it is? What is the science behind it, I wonder? You know, outer space is black. Yeah. What? How? When you mix the black from outer space and white from the sun, you get blue. Oh yeah, no, yeah, that's what I was thinking, yeah, but if you actually mix black and white paint together, it wouldn't really end up looking blue. I'm just going to think about something. No, yeah, no, that's reasonable. So, I suppose you think about light rays from the sun travelling at 300 million meters per second, space being a vacuum, so nothing absorbing the potential waves, and then, I don't know this for a fact, but I'd assume the reason the sky gets its colour is because the gas in the sky absorbs wavelengths of light, but I suppose for example clouds, I think they'd absorb more than the sky itself. I don't know. So, I think it's just that makes particular things happen. And then I suppose, yeah, I don't really know. But yeah, I do see that though. I mean, but the only thing is, then I kind of get what Yuki's question means, because I mean, if a colour is determined on the strength of wavelengths that are actually absorbed by that piece of matter, really, I mean, why was the sky designed so that it only absorbs this particular amount of colour, really? I don't know. I mean, it's an odd question. I just wish I knew more scientifically about the sky. Oh, I could have a really interesting argument. But I'm going to research it tomorrow. I might actually do that. Yeah. So it was a mystery. Yeah, I do see that. Not really, though. Oh. Oh, that's interesting. It looks blue because Raleigh's scattering causes mostly blue light to reach the... What is that? I've never heard of this before. Alright, here we go. Oh, I see. That's really odd. Yeah, this is what I was thinking. That's why I thought it was blue. Oh, right, yeah, that does make sense. Yeah, it doesn't look Bing as being shit as usual. I'll look into it later, honestly. This looks really interesting. I know that much. But even though I know that, I can't really explain the colour of the sky. Yeah. Oh, I see. Yep. Either Yuki has a free period and she just can't be bothered to do anything, which wouldn't surprise me, or she's skipping lesson, which, let's be honest, it wouldn't be. It wouldn't be a shock. I was on the roof until first period ended. I can't. Oh, yep, you did, of course. Though I always did. Fucking hell. What is she gonna do in her later life? The classroom didn't feel comfortable today, so I got out of there. Okay, I mean, normally I would ask that question, but today I can see that, actually. I'm what you would call insensitive. I couldn't read the mood. I couldn't match the atmosphere in there. I see that. Yeah, I'd be the same, to be honest. Yeah, so I disappeared. I suppose I showed a little sensitivity by doing that. Yeah, no, I suppose. And if anything, I think Yuki, maybe you could think about the fact that when she was just trying to give these dickheads who were basically just laughing, well, not really laughing, but just having a conversation and just thinking it's interesting, talking as if you're a conspiracy theorist about Zakuro's death, just right in the same room as her. Yeah, I suppose that could show. I don't know. I mean, I get that it's because she's morally right as a person, but that shows a difference to the norm, I suppose. Yeah, I don't blame her. So I really do wonder if Yuki's thought processes are similar to the ones in Tractatus Logico Philosophicus by Ludwig Wittgenstein. I really wonder, because I wonder what relevance that has towards this. I read a little bit of it about language. I just skimmed it a bit. But yeah, it just felt like it had kind of the same narrative, really. Yeah. Yeah, but that's actually really quite interesting to think about the fact that Yuki feels it could be occasioned by its distance and illimitable extent. Well, I suppose that's quite interesting about the extent being illimitable. That means, I suppose, like in martial arts, you can go, there is no limit. You can go to the top and then you can go even further from the top. So I suppose the sky will never have a limit to which colour it could be. So I suppose its distance from, well, I suppose it's distance from the sun, obviously, but I don't know. Distance from the sun, maybe the distance from us to the sky? I don't know. Maybe you could think about it more metaphorically. I'm not really sure about that one. Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I suppose I showed a little sensitivity in doing that. Which one is it? Yeah, but I suppose I kind of see what she means, because at the same time she couldn't read the atmosphere, and yet she has done. She feels as if she couldn't integrate and fit into the atmosphere. I don't mean literally I don't mean calculus. I mean fit in. But yeah. Yeah. But by doing that, it seems as if she has been able to read the atmosphere. So I can see how it's kind of contradictory. Which one is it? This rooftop is my favourite place, and luckily, there is a nice, shady place that stays cool and breezy even in the middle of summer. I'm reading this in winter, I'm jealous. Yeah, that must be really quite nice. And especially because it's high up as well. That must be really, really nice. Much colder temperatures. Well then, what should I do? There wasn't much to do though. I could either listen to music or read a book. Yeah, honestly, read. I mean, you're at school, I suppose. Wow. Yeah, I don't blame her. I really don't. I would. Actually, it really don't. If I was in this situation, I would 100% read. If I was on the bus, for example, I'd listen to music. It just depends on how much quiet I can have around me for reading. From those two options, I chose to read. The title of it was The Flying Friend with 20 Faces. That kind of reminds me of Zakuro. Yeah, she's had one face and now she's had another. Who knows? Is there going to be a third one? Flying friend with 20 faces. 20 faces flying through the air would be amazing. No, I totally agree. That would be really weird. Reminds me of the Toho character, Hata no Kokoro. I laid down and got comfortable. Oh. God. That's really, really odd. I was definitely not expecting to see this. If anything, I was expecting to see Takuji. Whoa. Jesus, you, Otanashi Ayana-san. Interesting. Hey, don't stand all over me. Sorry, don't stand over me all of a sudden like that. That's going to be really interesting to see her perspective on Zakuro's suicide, because she seems, I'm going to be honest, I feel like Ayana is really damaged. So I just wonder how she's going to think about it. Why is she cutting class as well? What has she got to gain from it? Hey, don't stand all over me all of a sudden like that. Have you? Really? I've been standing here a long time. A long time? Really? How did she not see her though? Has she really been standing there? I disagree. Yeah, there's no way she'd be able to miss this. My grandfather taught me martial arts, so I'd always been proud of my sharp senses. Yeah, I agree. It's ridiculous. And yet this girl managed to slip behind me that easily. Ayana-san, do you have any experience with martial arts? God, I love that she doesn't even respond. She doesn't even listen to us, as if she is the only one in this conversation. Is that book interesting? She ignored me, totally, yeah, totally. Book? What is this? Is it interesting? I just started it, so I'm not really sure. I wonder if she'll give us some additional perspective on Zakuro. Because obviously these two have known each other. I just started it, so I'm not really sure. Otanashi Ayana-san stood and looked down at me. She probably wasn't planning on moving. No, I agree. Yeah. Hey, how long do you plan on standing there? God, I had not planned on moving. You really think that's going to change her? No, you can't. I don't really think she's going to do that though. I mean, yeah.
別に問題ないと思う。だってあなたは女の子ということになっているんでしょ。
What? I don't think that's a problem. After all, you technically are what we call not a girl, but what we call a girl. That's unusual. Are you not?
女の子ということになっているんでしょうとは失礼な女だな。私はバリバリの少女だぜ。
Yeah, fair enough. You mean technically a girl? That's rude. But no, I totally see what Yuki's saying. And isn't it really interesting? I mean, we only saw lines like these when we were in the dream world, but I don't really know if we're in the dream world here. I don't see why we would be.
どのあたりがバリバリなの？
Oh my god, what part of you is pure? Who knows? Still, wasn't it a problem that this girl was always wandering around the school instead of going to classes? I mean, I get you can't really talk, but I agree. Yeah.
あなたは授業いつも出てないな。
You never go to class, huh?
そうでもない。
That isn't true.
そうでもなくはないでしょ。
Yes, it is.
ならあなたは？
Then what about you?
私はいいんだよ。
I'm fine.
なら同じでいい。
Yeah, fair enough. I just really wonder why she skips school so much. Let's be honest, I feel like a person like Ayana really wouldn't fit in with anybody else around. I really feel that. If she did, she'd be isolated totally. And so am
そう
I.
ですか。
But I think if a person like Ayana was in around other people, there would be no messing with her. If you got on her bad terms, no matter what happened, even if she was in the wrong, you just steer clear. Like, seriously, this girl is fucking terrifying. She's civilized. Is she civilized? She's a bit unsettling, but she's okay. I won't say she's nice yet. She seems a bit cold. She really does. She really does seem like somebody that if you make one wrong move with, something bad could potentially happen. I see Ayana-san around here a lot when I was cutting class. Yeah, of course, it's not like we're actual friends that hang out together or anything. I'm happy goofing off without dragging anyone along. Fair, yeah. Yeah, I really do wonder what's happening with her. And she's another oddball who skips and never hangs out with anyone else. We're similar but different. Yeah, reasonable.
読み終わった。
You're finished? What?
児童文学だからね。
Oh, well, oh,
一時限
right.
分
Oh,
の
she's
時間
talking
すら
about the
稼げ
book.
なかったぜ。
God, deceiving us there because it's a kid's book. Doesn't even last me an hour. I wonder why she's even reading kids' books. I'm kind of surprised about that. I mean, that's how you can tell somebody's properly into literature-related stuff. You read a book regardless of the age rating. I suppose I'm reading the Forbidden Scrollery manga right now, which is really light-hearted. I mean, anyone could read that, even kids could. Like, I could have read that story in year 7 and yet I would have been able to finish it all without being remotely disturbed.
それより綾菜さん、そんな中腰でずっと私を眺めてて疲れないのかね？
That is a good point. That aside, Ayana-san, she's clearly not comfortable, but funnily enough, either Ayana can't sense it or she just genuinely doesn't care. That aside, Ayana-san, aren't you tired of standing there bent over, watching me?
頭に血が昇る。
The blood is rushing to my head.
そりゃ、それだけ頭を下げてれば頭に血だって昇るでしょ。
Yeah, fair enough. Well, yeah, if you bend over that far, the blood will obviously go to your head.
でも私も本の内容が気になったから。
Yes, but I was interested in the book too.
逆さから読んでも分かりづらいでしょ。
Especially in Japanese. Isn't it hard to read upside
そう
down?
でもない。
Even in Japanese, it's not difficult. Not really. She must be a very experienced reader if that's the case.
そうですか。まったく。
Really? Jeez. Took out another book. But still, I hadn't brought very many books. I really think Yuki should just offer her a seat. This kind of difficult book doesn't really suit me.
純粋理性批判。
Critique of Pure Reason.
うん。なんか題名がかっこいいよね。批判って言葉ってかっこいいよね。
Yeah, the title is kind of cool. The word critique is cool, you know?
別に
Not really. Yeah, no, I totally agree. Yeah, and the fact that she doesn't have any awareness of it and how odd she is being to another person. But she just genuinely doesn't care. Kind of bugged me how she was just standing there and looking at me. Yeah, no, I don't think so. I think this person's probably very clever. I was reading a kid's book before, so I thought that maybe she would go away if I read a book that was hard for even me. Something like this, critique of pure reason. I didn't even want to read it myself. God, you're just doing it so that maybe she'd be overwhelmed.
興味ある
Oh my god, no! That looks so bad on her now. What? She's read it then. She's read it. How do you know that? An erotic book. How interesting.
女性器が書いた哲学書エロい
What? That's weird.
何言ってるんですか
God, yeah. She really doesn't have any decency. Public decency. She just doesn't have the concept in it. Isn't it really quite funny to think about the fact that they're not at all talking about Zakuro? I wonder what she thinks about Zakuro. If she thinks. Somebody like this does not have a normal thought process, let's be honest here. Or at least she doesn't seem like she does. That's really odd. Yeah, I'm not sure what I just heard the refined lady in front of me say.
なんつうてな
Who knows what I just said? Me, because it's in the backlog, huh? Although Nashi-san laughed. It seemed like she was having fun. Yeah, no. It is, yeah, seriously, it really is. And she doesn't exactly sound like she's having fun. She sounds very serious and stone cold. She really does. Also, I thought, it was hard to tell when her expression didn't really change at all. Her mouth just curved upwards slightly. Well, putting that aside.
ですな、綾菜さん。昔の偉人をそんな風
Oh
に言っ
my
ちゃ
god.
ダメだぞ。
Fucking hell, yeah, she really is rude. Properly rude. Excuse me, Ayana-san. You shouldn't say that about such a famous philosopher. Oh,
この
what?
本カタカナでカントって書いてある。
Did she actually say the katakana version for it? Oh god, that's hilarious. But this book has cunt written on it. What?
綾菜さんはどっかのセクハラおっさんですか
Ayana-san, are you some dirty old man?
綾菜はセクハラおっさんです。
Yes, I'm a dirty... This person really... God. How far does she go?
簡単に認めるなよ。
God. Don't even say that. You say that as if it's a good thing. Actually... God. Oh my god. But what about the word in English? Cannot. Can't. It's literally just cunt, but without the U and an A instead. I heard they pronounce it like can't in America, so that you can tell the difference. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, and why does this... Dude, I'm not even American and I know it. But it's probably derived from America then. Why does this weird girl know about American slang anyway?
質問です。綾菜さん的にはキャントとか言えばいいのですか？その場合は。
The question, would you prefer we pronounce it like can't in that case?
できないとか面白すぎ。
Yeah, she got it. Isn't it interesting? If this is Yuki trying to, like she said Kyanto instead of can't. If that's her attempt at English, oh my god, she really is failing English class.
今は年々男性の童貞率が上がっていってる。この作者もその類。
Right. This person is very dirty-minded. I wonder why. Yeah. Very ugly. God.
あのさ、カントは昔の人だから、
Yeah,
昨今の童貞事情は関係ありませんよ。
Can't have sex, can't get a go. I don't know. Excuse me, but can't lived a lot. Yeah, I lived a long time ago, so that doesn't really apply to him at all. And what do you mean by can't anyway?
キャント。
Can't get it up.
サブ。
That's me.
できない本。女性器。できない
Right.
本。
Cunt, a book written by a man who can't.
あのね、お嬢ちゃん。そんなこと言ってるとダメだぞ。普通に無理があるし。
Yeah, I see that, yeah. Excuse you, little lady, you can't say those kinds of things. There's a limit, and besides, as a joke, it's not really all that funny. I see what she's saying. I mean, it's just uncomfortable now. I suppose it is a funny little wordplay. She is kind of taking it out of context, I won't deny that. I think there's more to it than she's thinking, but at the same time, I mean, yeah, it is a bit odd. Oh, that's really not what I was expecting. She seems quite disappointed. Why do you have such a pitiful look on your face? There's nothing to pity here. That's unusual. That isn't true, it's pitiful. This is just too pitiful. Why?
君が女性器できない本を一人屋上で読んでるなんて。
Oh.
あまりにかわいそうで。
She's still going along with the joke. God, she really doesn't give a fuck about what anybody else has to say. Yeah, because you were here alone on the rooftop reading this book, Cunt, by written by a man who can't. That's just pitiful. Ayana-san.
今のは結構面白い。
That was pretty. I agree. Yeah, fucking hell. She totally had us.
そう。
Was it? Yeah, the two of us bantered lightly for a while. God, I'd never think I'd be able to get a laugh out of someone like this. But let's be honest, they probably wouldn't have been able to have a laugh if it wasn't for the name of this book. I started reading the book. I got confused because it was so hard, but I kind of wanted to read an abstract book like this, one with no connection whatsoever to our day-to-day lives. I suppose you get a properly different perspective here. And to be fair, that's kind of like with visual novels, really. I mean, look at, for example, Umineko. I mean, when would something like that ever have a connection with our day-to-day life? Okay, parts in episode 4, sure, but, yeah, if you know, you know. But apart from that, not really much. Like, I'm talking about the events rather than the messages the story tries to give. Anyway, today was that kind of day. Yeah. Oh, class is done. Yep. Yeah, they've just been having fun, and now it's time for more fun, i.e. lunch. I wonder what they're going to do. When are we going to see Takuji? It's such an odd joke. I would have said can't. Oh my god, I am so happy I said that out loud. Now I can really see what they mean. Canton cunt. Yeah, I really do wonder. But to be fair, Ayana definitely seems like a person who is really quite obsessed with reading. She seems like one that would do it quite a lot, so I wouldn't be surprised if she had some English under her belt. I just wonder what her story is, really. She seems so odd. I mean, people don't just naturally become that odd and that... I don't really want to say selfish, but just disinterested in other people's emotions, really. And ominous as well. I mean, she just has... I mean, even when she is happy, she's just so moderate in her personality, really.
Canto. Dekinai hon. Joseiki. Dekinai hon.
Weird. How's time? Oh, I've got lots more time than I thought. Nice. Finally, it's lunchtime.
今度は読み終わらなか
It's
った。
Ayana. You didn't finish the book.
うん、そうですね。でもいいんですよ。
Yeah, you're right, but that's fine.
なぜ？
Why?
読み終わっても終わらなくても、こんな難しい本なんかよく意味がわからないから、どっちでもいい感じ
Yeah,
な
no,
の。
I see that. Yeah, even if I did finish it, there wouldn't be any point since I wouldn't understand all of it. It doesn't really matter if I finish it or not.
そうなんだ。
And you get bored from burnout. And you wouldn't have time to finish it within a day, I think. I see what you mean.
うん。まあ、ただなんとなく時間をここで潰したかっただけだから。
Well, at least she's honest. Yeah, I just wanted to waste some time here.
それと、綾菜さんがうざいから難しい本無理して読んでただけだし。
And you were bugging me, so I tried to read a hard book.
そうなんだ。
See what you mean? I see. Is that all you're going to say, Ayana? I know, no. No, I totally see that. I just find it really quite funny to think about the fact that she's just totally explaining why she was doing this, and especially her choice of book. It wasn't necessarily to, well, I mean, at least she's admitting the fact that she was a bit bothersome by just constantly looking over Yuki. But at the same time, there's no apology, there's no laughter, there's no, it's just stone cold. This girl, she's awfully stubborn.
なんで綾菜さんはこんな時間
Yeah,
まで
that's a
授業
really
をサ
good
ボっているん
question.
ですか？
So then, why have you been skipping class all this
な
time?
ぜでしょうか。答えは30秒後に。
Odd. What? I wonder why. I'll answer you in 30 seconds. Is it meds, maybe?
うーん。屋上にいた
Bit
ら
awkward.
いつの間にか授業が終わってました。
Didn't realise I was up here that long.
そんなわけないだろ。
There's no way you wouldn't realise that.
そんなこともあるのでした。
There is always a way. Yeah, I suppose if you're caught up on something, I can totally see that. It just feels as if the happiness was just totally sucked out of this person. I mean, I get that she is being happy here. The only reason she's being happy is because the situation is really quite suitable for her to be happy in. I just feel like those situations are really rare for somebody like this.
綾菜さんは
God.
友達とか全然いなさそうだな。
You seem like you don't have any friends, Ayana-san.
友達？
Friends?
そうだよ、友達だよ。
Yeah, friends.
いるよ。
I have them.
そうなん？
Who? Really?
友達ならいる。
I have friends.
綾菜さんに友達とかいるのか？あまりあんたが誰かといるのを見たこととかないけどな。
Yeah, reasonable. You have friends. I haven't ever seen you talking to any of your friends. Are they from other schools? Ayana-san slowly lifted her finger and pointed. She pointed. Oh, God, that must be really quite touching. God, I mean, I get that Ayana is really quite unsettling and mean, but the only thing is, I mean, yeah, she doesn't have any friends to look after her. What the fuck? What the genuine fuck is that expression?
人を指さすな、失礼なやつだな。
Why does that look so unsettling? Her expression looks like she's just about to do something fucking evil. Don't point at me, that's rude. Oh my god. I just can't trust her. I just don't know what to expect. I know that it would be completely out of character, but that expression just looked terrifying. Or was that just me? You're embarrassed. Yeah, I do find it really quite sad that she has no friends, but I mean, I just really wonder what's happened.
なんでそう思えるんだよ。
I can see why nobody would go near her, but is that really her fault? Like, is the reason she has not many friends her fault? Makes you think that. Oh, to be fair, we are responsible for how we act, but only to a certain extent.
そう思えたから。
That's just what I think.
まあいいや、それは置いておいたとしてだね。ただ、私の記憶だと、友達というほど話したことはないと思うけど。
Well, let's put that aside. As far as I can remember, we haven't talked about nearly enough to be considered friends.
そうかもしれない。
Maybe you're right.
そうですか。
I'm pretty sure I am.
でもそんな感じ。
Yes, but that's how it feels.
そんな感じね。
How it feels, huh? Yes.
さーて、そろそろ帰るかな。授業も終わったし。
Ah, yeah, go home in the break time. I like your thinking. But in 30 seconds, I don't really understand what would happen in 30 seconds. Oh yeah, no, I understand. It's because of the fact that Yuki is a friend. She's skipping class just so that she could be with us. She's probably really quite lonely, and this is just one of the only times she will get to interact with people. I don't really think this girl has a good home life at all. So I think this is probably one of the only opportunities she has to interact with people. Suppose we should go home? Classes have ended. Ended? Ayana-san looked up at the sky. Change in atmosphere, I see that, yeah. For some reason, seeing that made me shiver. What an odd transition. Her gaze made me think she was looking deep into the abyss. Very, very dark music as well, I like it. Sounds nice. Okay, so maybe you think she was looking deep into the abyss. The sky is far, far away. Is it because it's so far away that it feels creepy? That's actually really quite unusual. I mean, I wonder if she's looking at something that's really, really far away, that it's unsettling. What could it be? I shiver when I look at the sky. The sky that had always been there. Yeah, that's reasonable, because something like this had always been hanging over our heads. Is it Sajia, the proper colour of the sky? Oh yeah, that's a good opportunity to use something like this. Or is it occasioned by its distance and illimitable extent? Yeah, that ancient philosopher's maxim came to mind naturally. I remember those words once more. That's weird. It will end and so it shall return. These vocals are really weird. So Ayana is surprised about the fact that we don't understand what the hell she is saying. Maybe it's confusing because of the fact that though Yuki has such a philosophical thought, and she just has such a philosophical brain and she knows how to interpret situations like that and she is well versed. Maybe that's why Ayana's surprised. Maybe this is something that she thought we were going to be able to understand, but we haven't. That's actually really quite interesting. So the sky is going to end once, and then it will return the next time. It's interesting that she's confused. Could you imagine if she remembers everything that happened in our dream? Because funnily enough, she was one of the only... Well, no, I can't use that argument. But, yeah. The sky will end, and then what will return? I don't really understand her. Yeah, reasonable. You're the one who's saying scary stuff like it will end. Yeah. Her face looks scary. Just looking at it here, it really does. Really, was it cool? No, not really. I wasn't complimenting you. I see. Isn't that actually really quite funny to think about the fact that anytime Ayana looks for approval or looks for anything to be... anything, just things that she thought she could gain some sort of satisfaction from, if it's not fulfilled, she's really disappointed. It's interesting, that. I'll do my best. You're going to try your best not to look disappointed. That's interesting. The fact that she makes it seem like something so difficult to do. Maybe that could imply depression or, don't know, something worse. Ayana-san, you're interesting. Yeah, no, I agree. Oh, I tried to ruffle her hair a bit. That's a bit dodgy. Well, pun intended. But she dodged my hand as if I were a nuisance. She really is a strange girl. Yeah. Yuki! We'll stop here. Isn't that interesting that she tried to dodge? I think this is key. This is actually really quite essential. Hang on a sec. I just feel like this could be a hint to something, so I might save it. Anyway, yeah, that's everything we're going to do today. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. It was really quite fun today. I enjoyed looking about just not only the reaction about how everybody felt to Zakuro, especially Yuki's reaction, but that conversation with Ayana as well, that was cool. And just the surprise of seeing Takashima die again. And obviously the Kagami and Tsukasa stuff at the beginning, that was quite entertaining. But yeah, overall today was a really quite fun day, so I hope you enjoyed it, and honestly I'm really quite excited for tomorrow. So yeah, see you then.